I know that confuses me too. It does.
Sweater on. Oh, sorry, did it fall out of my pocket? Thank you so much. Connect?
It's connecting still.
Okay, I need a cup so that
Then once it's connected, you'll be able to.
I think they can see us already.
Mm-hmm.
It's recording already.
I know. No. Oh shit. Yeah. There we go.
Okay, now we can.
Well, we have to make sure that it.
In the fridge, or you can make anything. You just, if you want to go upstairs. Yeah, do you want, I have whiskey or sangria. I have this one, that's whiskey cherry. Do you like that? Okay. Yep. Is it not going over? So girls, we have to get started here soon. Just FYI in 2 minutes, okay? Okay, I'm gonna start letting people in. Did you figure it out? Hi, everyone. Hi, hi. Good to see you all. Okay. We are getting started here soon. Lindsay, I'm gonna make you my partner in crime. Co-host. There we go. Okay. Is our guest here?
Side, the number 3, and I'm going to.
Oh, Christy. How did that play? She's right here next to me and she is not talking, but that sounded like you.
It did sound like me.
How
Look,
did
I'm
that-
like,
it's
I'm
somebody
hidden.
listening to something that you
maybe there was listening
said
to one of my
somewhere.
trainings.
Yeah. That's awesome. That sounded like you, but I'm like,
It
you're not
did.
talking. Okay, is Krista on here? Because I only see the 5 people on the screen. Is Krista Mashore on here? Somebody tell me?
By the way, it was me listening to Christy on your boot camp.
Oh, I was like, I swear that was Christy's voice, but I'm like, she's standing next to me and she's not talking. Good to see you, Tiffany. I haven't seen you in so long. That's exciting to see you. Okay.
Krista is not here yet.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know.
Yes.
So she should be here. Let me text her very quick.
She's
Oh, she's
coming.
in the waiting room. Awesome. Okay.
What's up?
You're here. Awesome.
Hi, beautiful. How are you?
I am so good. How are you?
You guys, does she ever not look like a freaking superstar ever in her life? Like,
Oh,
go and you're like, dang it. Can she just ever, not look like I'm trying to close these doors here so it doesn't look so.
yeah, you are so sweet, but you should come to our training more often so you can see Hit Go Go too.
So I can see, oh, whatever. Okay.
I have all kinds of options. So thank you so much for being here. I am so excited. This was a long time in the making. You are one of my woman idols in the industry. Like you are just an amazing rock star and you have a history too. So I would like to, I know you have a presentation for us today, but I would like to start with understanding, like, let's start with your childhood, because I think that has a lot to do with who you are today. And I also feel like it will help people, no matter what type of hardship they have or had, right, to kind of understand that you can come through it, right? And there can be success at the other end. So I remember seeing your presentation. I think you on stage, I think it was in Cabo, right? That's where I understood of your history, right? Like I've known of you, I have followed you for a very long time. I have seen your success, but I didn't know what foundation you built that on, right? Like how tough of a childhood you actually had and how you came out on the other end, because there's a victor and there's a victim, right? We all have a story, and how we come out at the other end, it's really our choices and how we, what decisions we end up making. So I will introduce you a little bit with all of your accolades, and then can you just kind of, start back at childhood and share that story. So give me 1 second, because I just got a reminder and I didn't feed it over live. Okay, sorry, everybody, hold on. I got so excited.
You're so cute, Gogo.
Thank you. I'm so excited that you're here.
Thanks for having me, by the way. I appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I'm trying to clear the, I've got all this like light back here. So it's my doggy door. So I'm trying to like cover it up. Is that bothering you? Because if it is, I can, does that
no, you're totally fine. Nope.
Okay, good. Okay, I always like it. All right, everyone. First of all, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Gogo asked me just about a month ago. I was like, yes, I would love to. Everyone knows Gogo. She's amazing. And we have had some plenty of time to get to mastermind together and talk together. We actually talk on the phone quite regularly. And it's funny because we're people like you and Gogo are friends, and you guys are both coaches. Yeah, like we want to support each other and encourage each other and inspire each other. There's plenty of real estate business to go around. There's plenty of everything. So we both have a super open mindset. So one thing I love it, Gogo asked me to get into my story, and it's something that I didn't actually start talking about until about not even 2 years ago. Quite honestly, because I was a little ashamed and a little afraid, a little embarrassed. And also I've got a really, really great respect and love for my mother, and she's a part of the story. So one thing I want to start off by saying is that a lot of times when we see people that are successful, like the brain does things where we say, well, I can't do that because of this, or Gogo is successful because she's got this gorgeous, sexy accent and she's so pretty and she's so, outgoing, and, she's just, I can't be like Gogo, or, I'm not outgoing, or I haven't been in the business long enough, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm too thin, or I'm too heavy, or I'm too inexperienced. Like we see people that have great accomplishments and have done really great things, and we make an excuse, quite frankly. And I'm going to tell you something. It is an excuse. And I'm totally going to be tough love and honest right here as I can with you, because I really want to make an impact. Okay. And I've done that too in my life. We make assumptions about people when we see their success, and we think that we can't do the same thing. So I am really into coaching. I take a lot of, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's not an understatement, on my own personal growth and development. And you'll find out why in a minute. Okay. So I have one mentor, and he basically told me that, as a leader, part of what you need to do is you need to like let people get to know who you are and let them understand that you're just like them, because we all are exactly the same, right? We all are born, we all bleed red, we're all the same. Okay. We have ups, we have downs. There's nothing different about us. Some of us might be a little younger, some might be a little older, some might be a little more experienced, some a little bit more inexperienced, but we are all the same, and we all started out exactly the same. Okay. So I have not lived at home since I was 13 years old. So when I was younger, and the reason I tell this story now is because my mentor told me that it's how important it is for people to understand that we all are the same. And when you talk about your past, even though it's very difficult, and I'll tell you, it's taken a long time for me to be able to talk about this and not cry, it makes people understand, like, oh my gosh, I've been through that, or that's me, or something similar. All right. And as I tell you this story, I want you to know that I know that each and every one of you here have gone through something. Okay. Whether it's physical abuse, domestic abuse, verbal abuse, being bullied by people, some kind of a very traumatic event, divorce, like there's so many, post-traumatic stress disorder. Everybody is going through something. maybe you've lost somebody important to you, right? We are all going through stuff. And even that top producer in your area that's kicking your butt right now in business, I guarantee you they're going through stuff too. All right. So my mentor talked to me about sharing my story just that I would be able to help reach people. And so I remember going to this conference, and it was 3 to 5 days long. And the whole conference was about sharing your story. And I got on the plane, and this part's kind of hard to talk about, but I got on the plane and I started writing my mom a letter asking her if I could tell my story. And so I wrote the letter. I was crying, and I gave my mom this letter, and she didn't respond to me for 2 weeks. Basically, in the letter, I asked my mom if she was okay with me talking about the child abuse that I had suffered at my mom's hands when I was younger. And she didn't.
That was nice of you to ask. I did not ask my parents to
Well,
share my story. I just shared it. I guess I was very inconsiderate of looking at the situation from their perspective.
Yeah, no, not inconsiderate. I'm very, very close to my mom and dad. You know, I always have been. It was almost like I lived 2 lives, right? Like I had this, we were raised really spiritual. And so I was like, we went to, meetings 3 times a week, and we did, we were raised like this perfect little family. And then there was this abuse that not even my dad knew about, like nobody knew about it. And it was really pretty severe. And so I asked my mom, and we went to lunch, and she called me and said, let's talk about the letter. Well, we went to lunch, we never brought the letter up. And that was my key that I could discuss it. So when I was 13, I left home because of the physical abuse. I couldn't handle it anymore. It was getting pretty bad. And so I started running away from home, and I found myself living on the street, and living in cars, living in abandoned buildings, living in friends' closets while their parents were sleeping, and I'd take a shower while their parents were at work. And then finally I got in trouble. I broke the law. I ended up breaking into my 8th grade PE locker room, and I stole all the girls' clothes and all their lunch money. So imagine coming back from 8th grade and all your clothes are gone. You have to wear your PE clothes all day. Like nobody was liking me because of that, right? Like when you're in 8th grade, you're worried about everything, let alone wearing your locker clothes all day. Then I got sent to juvenile hall. I was in juvenile hall for about 3.5 months, witnessed some really scary things there. I remember like the first week I was there, I watched this girl. I think she was like 8 feet tall. Like she looked 8 feet tall. And she grabbed this other girl's hair, and she started slamming her head into the porcelain toilet, and blood was everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like going to die in this place. I don't belong here. And I didn't, because I was a really good kid. I was just, the abuse was pretty bad. So then I ended up going back home, and I was home for maybe not even a month. And what was happening hadn't stopped. So I called my probation officer, and I said, hey, I can't stay here anymore. So they sent me to a foster home, and I spent the rest of my remaining years in a foster home. I remember when I left home, my dad was in the driveway, just like bawling and saying, don't leave. We'll work through this. We can work through this. He didn't know what was going on. And I ended up leaving anyways. And I'll never forget, it was the hardest ride anywhere in that little silver Toyota truck going to the foster home, because my dad's heart was broken. And I found out later he'd only cried the day that I left home and the day his mom died. So we were a very close family, if you get it. And when I left, it like destroyed the family. My dad didn't know, or my brothers did not know what was happening, because when you're a victim of abuse, you rarely tell anybody. You're afraid to, and you're ashamed to, and it's like you're scared, too. So I didn't tell anyone. So I say that to you, and the abuse caused me to wet the bed until I was 11 or 10, and I could not read until I was in 4th grade. So they realized in 2nd grade that I couldn't read. They put me into a special education class for kids with disabilities. And I mean, these kids have severe disabilities. And here I am in this class. The great thing was they taught me how to read within 2 years. And from that point on, I wanted to over excel in school. So even through all the abuse and the running away, I was still a straight A student. So the people were like, how are you a straight A student? And it's not because I'm smart. And I don't mean that negative, but I have to work really hard for things. Like you read things once. I have a learning disability. I have to read things 5 times, and then it clicks. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you about my success now. And when I do, I want you to remember that the person that I am, where I came from, is somebody who wet the bed until they were 10, could not read until they were in 4th grade, and has not lived home since they were 13. Okay. Anything and everything that I have, I've worked my butt off for. Nothing has been given to me except for obviously getting some student loans and that kind of thing, and getting loans for my career, which I would do over and over again. But, now I've created massive success. I've sold over 2,300 homes in my career. I've been in the top 1% of agents nationwide for almost every year I've been in the business. I have I've generated 45 almost $1 million online in the past 4.5 years, like contracted sales coming in. You can see those right there. Those are all like $1 million funnels I've built. I just got my $25 million award. We have a $10 million award, and we've got $8 million funnels that we've built. So
congratulations. Woo!
And I've got 2 multi-million-dollar businesses that I'm working on the 3rd right now. So when I say this to you, this is not in any way to brag, but I want you to listen to me today. Okay. When you want to learn to do something, like I know that GoGo has had massive success in real estate and massive success online. When you want to learn, thank you, Carol, from somebody, you listen to somebody who's done the thing that you want to do. And there are so many fraudulent people out there, I've learned, that will say they've done things that they have not done. Okay. I promise you, anything that I teach, I've done. And thanks, John. And what I'm going to show you today is what I am currently doing right now in my real estate business to generate a massive amount of business. And when I'm same exact strategy I'm doing in my coaching business to have $1 million to $4 million months. Okay. And that's not gross. It's like income, contracted sales coming in. So when you start to feel like, I can't do that, it's too hard, remember, I'm just a girl that peed her pants and couldn't read and hasn't lived at home since I'm 13. So if I can do it, you can do it. All right. Everybody has that excuse. So stop saying the things you can't do. And I want you to say to yourself, when you feel that voice that says, I want you to say, how can I? How can I? Everybody yell, how can I? How can I? How can I? Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to say one more thing and we're going to get started. I used to be a teacher. I taught 3rd grade for 6 years. I have a master's degree in curriculum and instruction. And that degree means I learned how to teach so people will actually listen. And here's the one thing they taught us is there's something called natural learning. And what that means is when you engage and you interact and you respond, you're engaging. That's natural learning. So you're more likely to implement and you're more likely to actually learn more quickly. Okay. So I want you to turn your cameras on and I want you to listen up, because you don't know that one thing that might be the thing that can cause you to have $1 million GCI year. All right. Make sense, everybody? Can we do that? Okay. I'm not going to be checking my phone right now. Yay. That's natural learning. Good.
Look at all the faces. I put it on gallery so we can see everybody, not just the speaker. And I am so proud of, besides one person on here, and I think that person's camera is probably not working, but other than that, everybody's camera is on. Look at you all taking action. So you're present. This is when we're going to learn and implement after the class. So then we can have what Krista has. Go, Krista.
And here's the thing, there's like a lot of people that don't have their camera on. I'm flipping my pages and a lot of you are off. So turn them on. I want to be able to see all your pretty faces. And then here's what the deal. When you look like this, I'm like, oh God, I gotta slow down. And when you're doing this, I know, okay, they're feeling what I'm stepping in. Okay, so it helps me to be able to see you. All right, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get going. Okay, so, and you can, if you have questions, Gogo, will you please let me have sharing access?
You're good to go.
Thank you, hon. Now this is probably gonna be about an hour and a half. Do I have an hour and a half, Gogo, or is that too long?
You can have whatever you need.
Okay. I've been able to get through this in an hour, guys, and it's just freaking so hard. Like it's almost impossible. So I'm going to try to go as fast as I can, but be as thorough as I can so that you guys actually learn. I'm sure you can go back and watch this. Yes, this is, yes, I do have a 3-day boot camp and I'll be talking to you guys about that at the end. Okay. So this strategy that I'm going to be showing you, this is a strategy that has helped me in just a 12-month time frame. Now I closed more deals than this. We closed a lot more deals than this, but just from this one strategy that I'm showing you resulted in 48 closed seller transactions in a 12-month time frame. Okay. A little bit about me. I've written 4 best-selling books on digital marketing, been featured in Forbes. I just got nominated for by Success in the top 25 women influencers that make the most impact for 2022. So a lot of good stuff. A little bit more about my credentials in that. And I only tell you this because I want you to listen to me and know that I've done the thing that you're trying to do. Okay. I've done it. All right. That's us just getting our 25 million award. Gogo. I was so happy about that. We're probably going to have our next one by the time Funnel Hacking Live comes up. So hopefully we'll be on stage together, girl.
That is so exciting. I'm so proud of you.
You're so cute.
That is such a big deal, guys. In case you don't know, that means with one funnel, she has sold over $25 million worth of coaching, bootcamp, whatever the product was, right? So that's a big deal. And that is just one of those pictures, right? Many of the other ones, as she said, is each of them $1 million, each of them 10 million, each of them 8 million. So Krista is a big deal. Like Krista is who I'm chasing when it comes to, funnel hacking.
You're so cute. But no, that it means like total. The big one is like total online sales. Go just let you know. But I like what you said better. Okay. So the reason why a lot of agents fail, and the statistic is 87% of agents will fail in the first 5 years. All right. That statistic is, I believe, inaccurate. And I know it's going to be a lot higher because, oh no, I just broke my phone. No. Because we have had so many agents join the industry over the past 5 or 6 years. We are inundated. So we're going to have a lot more agents leave, especially right now, because the market's changing. I don't want you to be afraid about the market. You need to be educated about the market. So don't be afraid. This market should excite you because there's not going to be as much competition. So in your business, there are different phases of your business you need to think about. You need to think about marketing. And if you're a good marketer, people are going to raise their hand and ask to work with you. When you're a good marketer, you generate leads. Okay. There is no such thing as a bad lead. All leads are good. Leads are just people. They're people that are going to be able to buy one day or sell one day or refer one day. So when you say it's a bad lead, I say bull crap. Every lead's a good lead. Okay. But if you don't nurture that lead, that's the problem. All right. If you nurture your lead appropriately, and NAR says it takes about 3 to 6 months from the time a buyer starts looking till they actually purchase, you want to be showing up before they even start looking, and you want to be showing up the entire time that they are. If you nurture that lead good enough, you're going to have a better time at converting, there's my puppy, converting that lead, okay? Now, once you convert that lead, you need to be able to fulfill and deliver on your promise to give them everything that you've promised them, okay? Now, once we've given them an excellent, buying or selling process, we need to make sure that what I call the 6 R's. We need to be able to get people to refer us. We need them to relist with us, to resell with us. And we get that through rituals and routines. But I also want you to start thinking about retirement. Agents never think about that. I think it's very, very important in life. And Gogo can talk to you more about ways that you can do that. Okay, so every single phase of the sales cycle works upon each other. So if I'm not marketing, I'm not generating leads. If I'm not lead nurturing, I'm going to have a harder time converting. Okay. The more that you nurture, the easier it is to convert because you're developing a relationship with somebody. All right. So all of these different sales cycles, they go hand in hand. They work together. If you're missing one portion, you have a gap in your business. The reason why most agents fail is because they do not think about every single phase of the sales cycle. Am I clear so far, everybody? Everyone say yes? Okay, great. Now, what I'm going to show you, what you understand is that every single piece that I'm going to be teaching you right now can be used in various aspects of the sales cycle. I'm going to be talking to you right now about video. Now, I know when I say video, most of you want to throw up in your mouth. Okay, you'd rather eat dog crap in most cases than do video. Most people. Now, if you like doing video, you're one of the weird people because most people do not like to do video. We're afraid. We're afraid of what we look like. We're afraid of what we sound like. Are people going to like us? Are we going to make a mistake? Am I having imposter syndrome? Oh my gosh, I'm too new in the business to talk about that. Oh my gosh, I'm too old to talk about that. I have an accent. I mean, I've got this mole in my face. We have all these things that we freak out about doing video. But I will tell you that doing video is the catalyst behind both of my multi-million-dollar year and months businesses. Video has been the absolute start of it. And I'm going to say one more thing to you. Okay. That's how you look. That's how you look. That's how you sound. That's how you act. And you can't stick a bag on your head when you go on a listing presentation. You can't stick a bag on your head when Macy, you're one of the weird ones, but in a good way. You can't stick a bag on your head when you go to work with a buyer. You have to show up like that. And when you go on a listing appointment, you can't say, oh my God, hold on, let me redo that. Oh my gosh, I made a mistake. Oh my God, you can't. Okay. So anything can be taught, anything can be learned. You can learn to do anything that you put your mind to. Okay. It just takes practice. It takes time. And the reason why most people fail is they do not give it the time it takes. They are not consistent. And this is a really crappy analogy. I need to think of a better one. Maybe you guys can help me brainstorm later, but I want you to think about something. Anything. Let's just take falling in love, for example. Okay. And it wasn't the one I was going to use. I'm trying to use a different one. But all of a sudden, when you like one day, you realize that it doesn't happen instantly.
Not sure.
Go ahead.
There we go. Be good.
Okay. Falling in love is like a bunch of little things over and over again that happen that come together to make you fall in love. It's your spouse going to the refrigerator and grabbing you a cup of coffee when they grab theirs. It's your spouse, leaving you a cute little love note. It's your spouse going to the office and dropping off your glasses when he realized you left him at home. It's your spouse when they had the best day of their life and they're so excited to tell you something, and you come home and you're just like, oh my God, it was a shit show today, and you're crying, and they don't tell you about their day and they just listen. Okay. Then all of a sudden one day you're like, man, I think I love this person. It's an accumulation of a bunch of other things that added up all of a sudden, bammo. And that is how every single thing in your life is. It's how working out is. It's how your business is. It's everything. But what happens is that most agents, and I see this all over the country, thousands of people, they stop because they don't see the results right away. And what you have to understand is that while you're doing something, even though you do not see the results right away, while you're doing every single activity, it's working. It's working right then. It's working. It just hasn't like landed yet. Okay. It hasn't landed yet. So you cannot stop. You've got to keep going. Even if it takes you 8 months, even if it takes you a year, I cannot tell you how many times, guys, like I have over 1,000 students right now in my program. I have coached thousands of people. I cannot tell you how many times it's been like, oh my God, all of a sudden I have like 12 listings, all of a sudden. It's not all of a sudden, it's 10 months of work and not giving up. Okay. And most people give up because they just don't see the results, but you've just got to keep going. So just know that. All right. So we've talked about all phases of the sales cycle, which is really, really important. Now I want to talk to you about how important something called the pre-frame is. Okay. Let me explain what the pre-frame is. The pre-frame is what happens before something else happens. So I'll give you an example. If Gogo got on here and said, Krista's an idiot, like she's never sold any houses before, she's super boring, you're not going to like her, she's a terrible teacher, she's never sold a house in her life, and she pretty much sucks, but I have her here talking to you guys. Would you be like, yeah, let's listen to Krista, right? No, you'd be like, why am I even here? I'm not going to listen to this person. She's never sold a house. She's a dumbass, like not doing it. Okay. You would not have, but the pre-frame, what Gogo said about me, maybe she didn't even say it, but I did, but she basically was like, I love Krista. She's like a mentor of mine. She's had great success. And then I showed you, hey, I've sold, 2,300 homes. I'm in the top 1% of agents nationwide. So now all of a sudden, because of that pre-frame, what I said to you prior to teaching you, now all of a sudden you're perking in. Does that make sense? You're like, okay, this person's done the thing that I want to do. She's doing it right now. Now I'm going to listen. That's the pre-frame. Okay. I want you to think about the pre-frame in your marketing. Now, there was a study done from MIT. And at this study at MIT, I learned this from a book called Sway, The Irresistible Pull of Irrational Behavior by Ori and Ram Brofman. It's hundreds of stories about how the pre-frame changed the outcome. That means what you do prior to something can change the outcome significantly based upon what you did before. Okay. That's why video and digital marketing works so well, because you are pre-framing people to win before you arrive. Okay. Everyone say it out loud. Win before I arrive. I'm going to teach you how to win before you arrive. What that means is from what you are exposing to people and letting people see, it's going to help your outcome and your conversions and your closings significantly have a positive impact because of what you did before bringing them into your world. Does that make sense? Okay. All right.
I always say that I never had to have a listing presentation because I knew I had the job before I stepped a foot in on the door, right? They usually call me, we having a baby? Can you come and tell us what we need to do to the house? We need to sell it and buy a bigger one, right? So I never had to sell myself because I've been selling myself for years, right? So that's pre-framing, just in a different way, right? So if you give them enough time, do it over and over again while they get to know you and get to meet you and they see your hustle and your work ethic, then in their mind, they're already closed on wanting to work with you because in their mind, there's nobody else better. They followed you long enough to see your success and your hustle.
1,000%. That is the pre-frame. Okay. So in this study with MIT, what happened was there was a professor and there was students, and the professor was sick. They were doing a study. So one of the teachers got up and said, hey, your professor's sick. We're going to have a substitute teacher today, but because we care so much at MIT about what you think, we're going to give you a survey at the end and for you to give us your feedback on how you liked the professor. Okay. Every single person in the audience saw the exact same professor. They gave them a biography of the professor's accolades, how many years he's been teaching, what his credentials were, what college he went to, like all this great stuff about him. Everything was the same. The biography was the same. What they saw was the same. But here's what was different, okay? And again, I'm just going to say it. They all watched the same presentation. They all got the same biography with the exception of two things. One of the biographies said he was a rather warm person. The other biography said he was rather cold. Everything else was the same. Okay, but because of just those two words, the ones that got rather cold, they said that he was ruthless, self-centered, irrational, formal, and irritable. They didn't like him just from the word rather cold. Most of the other ones said that they loved him. He was good-natured, he was considerate of others, and he was social. Okay, that's the pre-frame. The pre-frame in this one was rather cold, rather warm. Just those two words absolutely changed what their outcome was. This is huge in marketing, okay? This is why some agents absolutely just annihilate other people and some don't because of the pre-frame, all right? So we're gonna talk about how to win before you arrive. When you win before you arrive, and we're gonna use this with video, it develops a relationship with their community. It breaks down their barriers, okay? It positions you as the expert. It shows that you are the authority. It develops people to like you, to know you, and to trust you, and it helps you convert. Okay, that's the idea behind this. Now, I'm going to give you an example of the pre-frame, okay? And I'll show you in a minute. If I do a video or I create a training or I do even just a post and I say, now's a great time to buy a house, all right? If I'm a veteran and I don't have good credit and I don't have a lot of money in the bank, all right? When I hear that or I see that video, I'm tuning you out because I don't think I can purchase a house because I don't have a lot of money and I don't have good credit. Now, what if I say this? This is the pre-frame. Are you a veteran with not a lot of money in the bank and you don't have the best credit? Thank you, by the way, for serving our country. Do you know that you probably can buy a house? Now, all of a sudden, what? I'm a veteran. I don't have good credit. I don't got money in the bank, but I'm a veteran. I can buy a house. Now I'm listening. Okay, I'm leaning into you. All right. Now, there's types of customers that are cold, warm, and hot. A cold customer is somebody who doesn't know they have a problem or doesn't know they can do something that they maybe can. That's a cold customer is that veteran. He does not know he can buy a house. He's cold. My job is to let that veteran know he has the ability to buy a home, to move him from being a cold lead to a warm lead. Now, a warm lead is, I know I can buy a house as a veteran, but now I need to get educated. Okay. And then I'm going to educate them, nurture, right? And then I want to turn them into a hot lead. They know they have a problem. They know about the solutions. Hot means they know I'm the best agent, the best solution for that. Does that make sense, everybody? So I'll go ahead and show you that, and then I'll give you one more solution, and then we'll keep going. All right, so it's a good time to buy a home. That's the topic. It's an FHA buyer. Cold lead. They're oblivious. They don't know that they have the ability to buy a home. You need to make them aware. Warm, they're aware they can buy, but now you need to educate them and you need to nurture them. You need to give them value. Okay, now they're hot. Now they know they can buy. Now I got to nurture them. I want to make them hot. They know there's a solution. They know they can buy. I need them to know that Krista is the best solution. I'm the best choice, so I can convert them. Make sense? Okay, great. Now let me tell you another scenario. This isn't really true right now, but it was, 60 days ago. So for the past 2 years, I've been doing campaigns every month on targeting sellers, letting sellers know that they can sell, but I'll be able to help them find a replacement property. Everyone in the past 2 years, except for the past like 60 days, you could be like dead living under a rock, and it's a good time to sell. There's limited inventory. There's bidding wars. You knew there were multiple offers. Like, duh, everyone knows it. Okay. Most sellers were afraid to sell because they were afraid they would not be able to find a replacement property. They were afraid they were going to be homeless. So they were tuning you out. So if I say it's a great time to buy a home, they're like, no, crap, sure. Like, everyone knows that. Like, of course it's a great time to buy a home. They're not listening to me either because everyone knew that. And they have a different concern. So what if I say, are you thinking of selling, but you're afraid to sell because you're afraid you'll be homeless and you won't be able to find a replacement property? Yeah, I am. That is what I'm worried about. I'm leaning in. Okay. Now I want to listen. I took that cold lead that didn't understand that there was a solution or didn't think that they could, and I'm turning them into a warm lead. So this is what that looks like. It's a good time to sell a home, right? Cold lead. Obviously they know it's a good time to sell, but they're afraid to sell because they don't want to be homeless. You need to make them aware of the solutions. You need to make them go from cold to warm. Warm. Now they're aware that they can sell and now they can find a replacement property. Your job is to nurture them more of the solutions, to educate them. That's your job right now. And it goes in phases. Okay. And then once they're nurtured, now they know they can find a replacement property. They know they can sell. They need to know that you are the best choice to help them sell. That is the pre-frame. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you how the pre-frame helped me close just from this one strategy that I'm showing you. We sold more than this. All these leads came in from a funnel, okay, where people raised their hand and said, I would like you to list my house, right? They raised their hand and asked me to come give them a market analysis. 48 closed transactions in 12 months from this one funnel, resulting in $743,580 in commission, right? Okay. If you don't believe that this works, here's Tiffany. When she first started back in 2017, she was working on a team, making about $98,000 a year. She is no longer on a team. She's the #1 agent in her office. She's a solo agent. She has 5 kids. She does not work weekends. She does not work nights. And she did over $1 million in GCI last year. Okay. This works for anybody. And you don't have to work so hard as well. All right. So this is my formula for digital domination, how to attract, connect, and convert more buyers and sellers with video and social media. Now, here's the idea behind marketing. Okay. At the top, it's cold. Remember we talked about cold, warm, and hot? They're cold people. They don't know you. They don't know they have a problem. Your job is to market to these people so they actually see your stuff. Your job is to identify what it is that they need and then get them to know your brand and know who you are. Once you do that, then what you're going to do is, let me turn this on. Then what you're going to do is you are going to then target the people that interacted in the beginning, target them again with the same information you originally talked to them about, and you're going to funnel them down. Okay. That means I watched the video about selling as a veteran. I'm going to watch another one. I'm funneling people down. Now they know me. They're getting to like me. I'm generating leads, and now they're turning into warm audiences. Then the goal is I ask them for a call to action. I ask them to do something once I've gained their trust. Okay. Once I've gained their trust. Here's what most of you do. And I spoke on this at Funnel Hacking Live. Funnel Hacking Live is like the #1 largest digital marketing conference in the world. It's like, Krista, how have you done so well, like converting people? It's because of what I do before I bring people into my world. Most of you are like, go to my open house, download my PDF, go to my seller seminar, go to my buyer seminar, like I'm the best agent in the world. You're starting there. Okay. First of all, nobody cares that you're the best agent in the world. There's like 18 agents in the same area. They're #1. Everyone knows that, right? #2 is like, we have to know who people are, what they need, how we can service them. The more that your content speaks directly to somebody, the more likely you will convert. What do I mean by that? I have extensions. I have fake hair. My hair does not grow. It's like super thin and I have no hair. Okay. So if I see something online like hair club for men, Matt Topi might be swiping right. I'm swiping left because I don't need hair club for men. I need extensions. So if I see something like how to make your extensions last forever, I'm like, yeah, that's me. Swipe right. Okay. If you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. Now, there is times when you want to create content to nurture your community, to make them remember who you are. It's time for you to nurture everyone. It's time for you to nurture past clients, but a lot of times you want to speak directly to someone, just like we talked about earlier about the cold, warm, and hot. Okay. So you want to be careful with that. We want our content to speak directly to somebody. I'm going to go over that later. All right. So the key to conversions, and we don't just want leads. We want leads. We want to convert leads. The key to conversions is remembering all phases of the sales cycle. We want to show that we're the authority, right? But we need to have a strategy, and we need to have the tools to convert. And we can do that better if we're developing a relationship. Okay. All of this that I'm going to show you is doing all those, showing I'm the authority. It's developing a relationship, It's a strategy to get them in, and I have the tools to convert. All right. People want an agent who is knowledgeable and who is innovative. Here's the thing, everyone. I need you to hear me on this. What I'm going to show you might be a little bit different, but what I want you to understand is this, is that the market is different. Winter is coming. We are in winter right now. The market is changing. I do not say that to scare you, but you cannot do what you've always done and expect the same result. You cannot do what you've done the last 5 years and expect to survive. You have to completely transform and change the way that you're doing business, or you will not be here. Let me give you an example before I change this. When I got into real estate, I sold 69 homes my first year. And you're like, how the heck did you do that? And I'll tell you how. Because back then I was a teacher. My daughter got sick. I left my full-time teaching job to be a stay-at-home mom because she was really, really sick. And within, a few months, my husband at that time, I found that he was having an affair. He drained our bank accounts. He moved out of the house. I got a knock on the door one day, and there's this woman picking up my daughters for Thanksgiving and taking them away, driving my car. Like, she was literally driving my car. And I was like, oh my God, like the lowest of low you can ever feel is when your family is ripped apart and this happens and you have no idea it's happening. Okay. No money, a brand new house, 2 babies under the age of 5. They were like 2 and 4. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to, like, I just left my full-time teaching job. Right. So I got into real estate and I figured, I'll play real estate and be a stay-at-home mom. I had to go all in. So I did amazing. I sold 69 houses. I was doing great. And then the market got bad, and I was selling foreclosures, and I was able to kind of see what the market was doing. I started a lot of foreclosures. I sold 169. I don't know what's with that 69 number, but 169 homes myself as the only agent. I had an assistant and a transaction coordinator, 169 foreclosures. Like, talk about cuckoo for Cocoa Pants. That was me. Would rather be a stripper in Vegas than ever have to do that again. But it got me through. Okay. I wouldn't make any money doing that because I'm 50 now. So, but the market got better. So all of a sudden the market gets better, and I go to, and this is how it applies to you. And this shows you this can work for you too. So I go to a listing, and they were interviewing other agents, and I called to get some feedback, and they go, Krista, we loved you. But the other agent said that you were the foreclosure queen. And I was like, oh my God, I am the foreclosure queen. Like, I had only been selling foreclosures for like 5 years, no marketing, no one knew me. You don't want to be known as, like, you don't want to market foreclosures. They're crazy if you remember back in the day, right? So I realized I had to completely rebrand myself. So here's what I did. I started researching what the Fortune 500 companies were doing. Like, how did Whole Foods and Nike and Google and McDonald's, how did they market themselves? And they marketed themselves online, on TV. They were online. Okay. Why does McDonald's market during the Super Bowl when it costs like millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars? Because there's a lot of eyes on them, and they know attention is power. They know branding is everything. So I thought, I'm going to become a brander. I'm going to brand myself. I want you to think of yourself like a marketer, not an agent. Marketer first, top producer second. You need to become a marketer, because you might be the best agent in the world, but if nobody knows you, and if nobody hears about you, if they don't see you, they don't know you, they don't hear you, they don't see you, they're not going to know you. Huh?
That's a secret agent.
So you need to market yourself. Okay. So I realized, okay, I got to be a marketer. So I completely redid my business. This is like, guys, 10 years ago, nobody was doing video. I hired a videographer, and to do a commercial for me, it was $3,000 to do this commercial that now I could do for free on my cell phone. I put the video on the movie theaters. And then as soon as Facebook came out, I started doing videos on Facebook as Facebook ads, like 10 years ago. Okay. Within a year, I was back up to over 100 homes. I wrote a book called Sell 100 Homes a Year. After a year, 100 homes a year, right? From this strategy. And they were not short sales or foreclosures. They were all traditional sales. So what does that tell you? That tells you that you can start from scratch, be consistent, be unique. Don't do what everyone else is doing. Make sure people absolutely cannot forget about you. Make sure you're known, and you're not forgotten. And this can be you too. Okay. Does not happen overnight. It does take work, but it means it can happen to you too. So that's what I want you to get out of this. Okay. So here are the steps. Get out your cameras because this is important. All right. Step number one. Step number one is to, don't you love how we can like be so comfortable now? Go. I love it so much. Okay, so I'm gonna move this closer. Can you guys see it okay?
Yeah, exactly. Love it. Yes, we can.
So step number 1 is to, okay, step number 1 is to identify a problem. Remember, in order to be considered a solution, you've got to be solving a problem in order for you to be considered a solution. What's the problem your market's having? Right now, what's the problem your market's having? Put it in the chat. Right now, it's interest rates, right? Okay, people are freaking out about interest rates or inflation. They're scared to death. Let me give you one quick thing on how you can overcome that. Over the past year and a half, in order to get a house, you had to pay $50, $100, $150, $125,000 above list price. So do the math. It might cost an additional $1,200 now because of interest rates, but that's a lot better than paying $100,000. Right? $100,000 above. If you just do $1,000 a month, that's like 10 years. It's all relative. It's how you position things to people. Okay. So you have to understand, number 1, what is the problem people are going through? Identify the problem. So step number 1, everyone say and yell, identify the problem. Okay. In your market. This works for any niche. And I highly suggest you all have niches. If you have multiple niches and you identify the problem, then you can start creating content on it. Again, in order to be considered a solution, you must be solving a problem. The way to be seen as an expert authority is to solve problems people didn't even know existed. Remember the veteran. Okay, remember the veteran. Another example is, oh my gosh, it's a great time to buy a house. And I know right now is not the best time, but if I don't have good credit and I think I need a 750 credit score, and I'm tuning you out. But what if you can buy a house for 650? Do you have a 640 credit score and above? You can still buy a house. Many people think that you need a 750 credit score to buy a house. You can actually buy a house in some cases with as little as 550. Click on the link below for more information. Okay. Start solving problems people do not know that they have. Okay. So that's the first step. Step number 2, you are going to create videos around the problem. You're going to create solution videos. Okay. So I discovered a problem. Now why is this thing so hard here? Now I am creating videos. Jimmy, my thing is not gonna work. Sorry guys, my thing's not working here.
I'm going to need you to text me about that TV thing you're using. What is it? Where you got it?
You help me, I can't get this to work. Jimmy? Thanks, son. So basically, I'm going to create a video and I'm going to show you this right now. Create a video around the solution. Okay, here's an example of it. Stressed, worried, we've got solutions. Are you thinking of selling your home, but you're worried you won't be able to find a replacement property? I'm finding a problem. I'm creating videos around the solution. Questions about selling your home, limited inventory, multiple offers, bidding wars. Oh my. Okay. Find a problem. It's not letting me. I know, but it let me click on it though. So let's see. All right. That is step 1. Now, step 2 is I'm going to create a special ad audience. Now, listen to me, everyone. I'm teaching you right now the strategy behind running a Facebook ad. Now, some of you are like, this is hard. Oh my gosh. It's different. It's not hard. Remember the first time that you wrote a contract? Everyone, you remember that first time you wrote a contract or the first time you went on a listing appointment? It took you like 8 hours to write the contract, right? You're like, oh my God, you're reading every line. And you're just like, it's so hard. Or the first time you're going on your listing appointment, you're like ready to crap your pants because you're like, they're going to hate me. What do I say? And you're freaking out, you know? And now you can write a contract with your eyes closed. Like things are like, right? It's easy now. This is the same thing. It's just different. If you are just posting videos on your personal page or just posting videos on your personal page, no one is seeing it. Less than 0 to 2% of organic posts get seen. Your family and friends that are already interacting with you, they're the only ones that are seeing you on social media. Your job is to get everyone else to see you. You want to be known as what I call the community market leader. I have that copyrighted. You want to be the community market leader. Anytime anybody thinks about real estate or thinks about lending, they will think about you. Okay. That's your job. You want to be the go-to real estate authority in your area. Anytime somebody thinks about real estate, or thinks about your community, they need to be thinking about you. Okay. That's your job. So you want to create content around it. And the video converts. Like if Orion 21 says, If you have a landing page that has video on it and a landing page that just has a picture, the landing page with video will convert 800% more than the one with just a picture. So you want to be creating content with video so people get to know you, like you, and trust you, and they can't forget about you. So now we've created the video. Now I want to create a special ad audience. What does that mean? You're telling Facebook, find me more people that are like the people that watched the first video. You're telling them, find me more people that are like this. Okay, that's called a special ad audience. It used to be called a lookalike audience. And you're saying, find me people that are like this one. Now you're directing the first group of people and the second group that you're telling Facebook to find, and you're going to be creating more videos. So here's an example. Thinking of selling, right? Considering you selling your home, like all about the same thing. I'm not talking about selling and then talking about buying and then talking about credit repair, then talking about inflation. I'm targeting people that are interested in what I originally targeted them because I'm nurturing them. Okay. Now I want to create a retargeting campaign. What that means is if somebody watched my first video, okay, they watched this video, there's all these people, right? All these people. Now I'm saying, hey, the people that watch this video, a special ad audience is saying, Facebook, find me more people that are like this and send them the same video. I want to send more people that are similar to these people because Facebook knows more about you than you know about yourself. Send them a video too. Then I'm going to take this group of people and also this group of people that saw this video, and I'm going to retarget them. That means I'm going to put more information in front of the same people that watched. These guys watched. These guys watch. So now I'm saying, send both of these groups of people another video. Okay. That's retargeting. Retargeting says, you know, when you go online and you go to look at Zappos shoes and all of a sudden you get shoes all the time, or you go to buy a golf club and then you get golf clubs, or all of a sudden you say out loud, oh my God, I'm having hot flashes. And then all of a sudden you get like all these hot flashes things, right? It's because you're being retargeted, okay? We're retargeting people in our local communities based upon something they already looked at. Does that make sense what retargeting is, everybody? It's done through Facebook, through the ads manager, all right? It's done through Facebook, through the ads manager. You cannot do it just through boosting. Boosting is not effective. All right, so this is the strategy though. And I cannot show you how to run an ad, guys, because it's just, there's too many of you and it's impossible. It changes every week anyways. So I'm going to use the reach objective and the video views objective. What the reach objective is you're saying, Facebook, reach, show everybody in my community this video. Video views means Facebook find people that like to watch video views, okay? Now, they've just watched a video. I'm going to send 2 more videos on the solution. That means they're seeing 3. I'm nurturing them, right? They watch, this group of people watch these videos. That's 1. Then I'm sending them this one. That's 2, right? Now I'm going to send them 1 more. They're going to see 3 videos about selling. Okay. Then I'm going to ask them if they would like a home analysis. So again, here's more examples of nurturing videos that I'm sending to people. More examples. Okay. Here's how I retarget, right? When I retarget people, I'm using the conversion objective because I'm going to be sending them to a funnel where I'm saying, would you like a home evaluation? Okay. Now let me just make it really clear. I figured what's the problem? Identified the problem, created a video around the problem. Then I said, people that watch this first video, find me more people like that, send them the same video. Then both those groups of people that watch that video, I'm sending them 2 more videos. While I send the videos, what am I doing? I'm nurturing them. I'm positioning myself as the expert, developing trust, getting them to know me and like me, breaking down their barriers, showing them that I'm the authority, adding value. I'm not just saying, gimme, 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 gimme. Okay. Most of you, what you do, I do all this on my own. This is what I teach. Most of you, what you do is you say, download my form, go to my seminar, go to my open house, go to my credit repair, go to my buyer, go to my seller seminar. You're starting there. That's why you're not converting. You have got, when I first started coaching, it said that most people took around 12 times for somebody to see your information before they would click. Now I've read stats, it takes up to 47 times for somebody to click. People are getting inundated. They don't trust you. We need to gain people's trust and earn their trust before we ask them to jump into bed, right? We got to date first. That's the idea behind this. We got to date a little bit. Otherwise you might, get some bad things you don't want, right? I don't want you to lose your money. So, all right. So once they've done that, they've watched my videos. Now I'm taking them to a page where I'm asking them if they would like me to give them a home evaluation. Here's an example of an ad that we've used for home evaluation. Would you like to know the value of your home? All right, here's some more examples. Okay, you can see here, this one reached 3,400 people, 400 people clicked. That's a lot, right? So here's an example of what the home evaluation funnel looks like. I send them here because they've already watched 3 of my videos, and then I say, would you like a market analysis? When they say yes, this is where they land. Okay, I'll show you an example of what that looks like so you can see it. There we go. So they land here. Hi there, Krista Mashore, Homes by Krista. So you've landed on this page because you're wanting a market analysis on the value of your property. The only way I can get that to you is if I know your email address and if I know the address of your property. So do me a favor, fill out the information below. All I need is your email address and your property address, and we'll get that over to you right away. Thanks so much. Make it a great day. Okay, so was there any fancy graphics to that? Were there fancy graphics to that? Nope, it was just a regular old video, no big deal at all. It was just a video that that they watched, not a big deal at all. So now when they, let me see here, I lost you guys for a second. Now when they click on that, I give them that video. So now what I want to do is then I'm going to take them now to, I click there to get started. I fill out my information. And then it brings them here, okay? It asks for their name and number. It asks, when are you planning to sell your home? What upgrades do you have? Unique features. Do you have a pool? And then I play this video. Thanks so much for the information. Listen, I'd like to give you as detailed a report as possible. You want to know a more precise value of your home. So if you fill out a little bit more information below, we'll be able to give you a much more detailed, accurate value of what we feel your home is worth. So answer the few questions for us and look for the report, not only in your email box, but also on your front porch. Oh, on your front porch. Thanks so much for the information. Listen, Krista, what do you mean on your front porch? I'm going to show you that. And I'm going to show you exactly what I do to convert these leads once they raise their hand. And here's what happens when you do that. Here, can you guys see my screen? Go.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So look at Kim. She says, had 3 CMA requests this week, 2 2-step and 1 1-step. 2-step means they filled out the information on the second page where they talked about bedrooms, bathrooms, and timing. Here's Paula. It does come. I'm overwhelmed with the CMA request. Would you like to be overwhelmed with people asking you for home evaluation? Everybody say, yes, I would like that. Just got another 2-step. That makes 4 this week. Erica says, just received my 4th CMA. That makes 2 2-steps and 2 1-steps since Friday. So this can absolutely work. Okay. Now that we've done this, I'm going to show you later how to get people to actually convert once they request a market analysis. Okay. All right. Remember, so far we've marketed to people, right? We marketed to people through videos. We generated leads. We nurtured those videos when we ended up doing more. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to convert those leads once we get them. Now I want to retarget these people. They've requested a market analysis. Now I'm going to retarget them to a seller seminar. Now listen, everyone, I know this is different than what you're used to doing. It might seem overwhelming to you, but here's what I tell my students. Appreciate overwhelm because it means that I am growing. If I'm talking to you right now about open houses, which are ineffective, do not work, think about what you do when someone knocks on your door. You hide, you run for the hills, you're afraid to answer. You do, like you're dodging over the couch. You're like, oh my God, did they see me? Like you don't want to answer your phone, your door. And what do you do when somebody calls you? You're like, a-hole, it's dinner time. Like you don't want to talk to people, okay? You don't like it. And so we have to find more effective ways. Now I know an open house can work, but it's not the most effective, efficient way to spend your time. There is a more effective, efficient way to spend your time where you market one-to-many instead of one-to-one. Most of you are marketing one-to-one. The second you stop cold calling, your business goes away. The second you stop doing open houses, your business goes away. Views while you snooze. Your video content will work for you while you are sleeping. Your video content will work for you on the weekends. You know, your neighbors or your other agents are, you know, they're buying donuts and they're getting ready for the open house and you're sleeping in bed, like cuddling, you know, because your video content is working for you while you are not working. And it's just a matter of learning to do something different. So I want to show these people that have requested a seminar now how different I am. So I send them to a seller seminar. This right here, it's not loading all the way. That should be a picture of me. There you go. So welcome to Savvy Seller. Learn how to get top dollar in least amount of time. Okay, so now all these videos are on here. The pre-market quiz, pre-market timelines, timing, marketing your home, home evaluation, is Zillow accurate? What to disclose, receiving offers, is it a good time to sell? Negotiations, inspections, curb appeal. Should I take the first offer? What are contingencies, contingency timeframes? Meet the team, like here's referrals. Like these people are, you know, more referrals. These people, I'm sending them here because I want them to get to know who I am. So I send them to my seller seminar. Okay, again, I just showed you all that. Now, like think about converting. Okay, they watch videos. I know they're interested in the videos because they kept watching. They requested, so now when they're watching the videos, they're getting to know who I am. Right? I'm like developing a relationship with them. It's actually called a parasocial relationship. What a parasocial relationship is research shows that when people see us on the other side of a screen or a TV, they feel like they know us. Think about, have you ever watched TV and you're like crying for the character and you're yelling, you're cheering and you're, oh yes, you have, John. And you're like, you know, like, hey, like they're a jerk. And you know, you get mad, you get happy and you get sad. You like, and then you see that, you feel like you know them. Okay, you are developed, you like that character. You feel like you know that character. It is the same exact way. And I literally have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of testimonials from students that say, oh my God, I cannot go anywhere in my area. Everyone knows me. They're talking to me like we're best friends. So let me give you an example, okay? You basically have been watching a live video of me for about 50 minutes, right? Do you feel like you know me a little bit more right now than you did 45 minutes ago? Yep, almost every head. You're either like, man, she's crazy. I like her. I don't like her. I don't know. Like, right. Like you feel like you know me more. It's the same exact thing. Have I made mistakes? Yes. John, I am targeting you. Have I said the wrong thing? Am I perfect? Right? Like my thing didn't work. I mean, there's all these things that have gone wrong. Do you guys hate me? No. Right? That's, I mean, hopefully if you don't like me, you're not my people. I don't want you to like me. I want to work with people that want to, does that make sense? So just know that as you're doing this, you're developing relationships and you're attracting your perfect customer avatar and you're retracting the ones that don't, which is a great thing because you'll enjoy your job more. So now they've seen my content. They've watched a ton of videos about me. They know who I am. Now I want to make sure that they know that my clients like me. So now I also have their email address because they requested a home evaluation. So now what I'm doing is I'm also going to send them testimonials from past clients. I'm targeting them on Facebook and I'm also emailing them. Okay. So I'm and now I also want to retarget property videos. Okay. Now they know me. They know my clients like me. I want to show them now how I market. So now here's an example of a retargeting ad. Happy Friday. Here's a recap of our just sold properties, right? So we're showing them all the properties that we showed and we're showing them an example of our marketing. We're showing them how we market our properties. Okay. So the next step is now I need to continue to nurture. So I need to retarget more authority videos. These are market update videos, local restaurants, seller tips. I'm going to interview local professionals or businesses, best dog parks in town, best places to eat, places to go on a first date, things to do in the area. And I'm going to run ads behind this as well. I'm going to continue to show up where people are looking. I'm also going to email them. So here's some examples, right? Home inspections, multiple offers. Here's more the real estate, 2021 housing market. Here's me with the local business. I'm nurturing, continuing to stay top of mind. Not everyone's ready right away. Okay. Now, this is important. So one thing I want to understand is that how many of you have gone on a listing appointment and people talk about commission? Right? Okay. I'm going to show you, and the reason why people talk about a commission is because most, and please, I love you, don't get mad at me, but most of you are a commodity. Okay, what does that mean? That means that you haven't learned how to differentiate yourself, truly differentiate. You have not learned how to be different, how to completely be unique. You're doing what everyone else is. I will tell you that when I was practicing real estate, the year that I left real estate to be a coach full-time, I sold 154 properties myself with a transaction coordinator and with an assistant. And I brought my brother into the business that year and I was training him to replace me. Okay, so now last year we did like 1.6 million in GCI. And I did not talk to one seller, one buyer. I'm the face of Homes by Krista. I record the videos. My brother, I don't talk to sellers or talk to buyers. My brother does it all. I'm the face of the business, okay? But 154 properties that year. And the reason being is because it was very difficult to beat me on a listing presentation because I know there's nobody better. Like, you don't want to go against me, right? Like I'm different. I'm so different. I want you to watch this video right now. I'm only going to show you 3 minutes of it. And so I send this video to people before I go on a listing presentation. I send this video to people when they request a CMA. And I'm going to show you what else I do before a listing appointment and also when they request a CMA. This video is 17 minutes long. I had a lady say on one of my trainings, oh, nobody will watch that whole video. We track it. Like everybody watches the video before a listing presentation. We track it. Why do they watch it? The whole thing, everybody? Why do they watch the video? Why do they read, my book? Like, this is not a cheesy book that's written by a ghostwriter. Why do they read this? Because it's their most valued asset. They're paying a ton of money to you and they're going to lose or make probably more money than anything else. They care about this. It's huge for them. It's like having a baby, right? It's so important. It's their livelihood. So I send this video to them at 17 minutes long. I'm just going to show you 3 minutes of it. Now I want you to think about when you're watching this video, if I could do that for my sellers, would that give me a competitive edge? Would that make me not just be a commodity? A commodity is replaceable and it's interchangeable. A unique value proposition, if you're truly unique, right? If you're a commodity, the only thing that you can do is lower your commission. But when you truly have a great value and you're truly different and unique, commission does not come up because there is no competition. No one's doing what you're doing, right? Like I know I go on a presentation, people will say, oh, I use video and social media. I'm like, great, show me the results. Did they get 600 hours of watch time? Did they get 120,000 people viewing? Nope, they're not doing it right, okay? So this video, when people see this, they can see how I market their properties and how it helps them. You can also see, oh my gosh, what if I was doing that? How would that help me? Okay, so I'll show you that right now. All right.
Your home deserves it, and your home deserves maximum exposure. We need to expose your home to the thousands, not just the few.
We do this by thinking outside of the box and by using a highly comprehensive digital marketing strategy that we have yet to see any other agents utilize in our area. We focus on innovation, technology, video, and social media. And here's the kicker, and where most agents fail. We use them the right way. Now, what do I mean by the right way? Well, according to the National Association of Realtors, only 16% of agents are using social media. But from my extensive research, we found that less than 1% across the nation are actually using it correctly. Many agents are using the buzz term that they use social media and technology. However, agents who have not been trained in this comprehensive digital marketing strategy are just doing things like posting on their personal page or posting on their business page. But that just is not enough. You see, Facebook is a business and they make their money from people advertising on Facebook. So to properly expose your property, you have to run ad campaigns. This ensures that massive amounts of people actually see your home. Here are just a few examples of what I mean by this. If you look at the number right here, you'll see where it says reach. Well, that's the number of people that are actually seeing this advertisement for this home. Can you imagine the power of having over 132,000 people actually seeing your home online? And here's another example showing 76,000 views. That's a lot, isn't it? We create amazing landing pages of our homes on social media, and we use video when doing so. According to Orion 21, landing pages with video have up to 800% more conversions than the same landing page without a video. Here's another crazy statistic I think you should hear about. According to the National Association of Realtors, 67% of buyers are going to walk through a home that they see online. So you can only imagine how important it is that I expose your home to as many prospective buyers online as I can. Because if 67% of people that see your home are likely to walk through it, then it's my fiduciary obligation to make sure that I expose your home to the masses. Also, we can target your specific home to people both locally and out of the area. This is called geographic detailed targeting. We do this not only on Facebook, but also on various other social media platforms. Here's another example of just a few properties that we advertise, and you can see the amount of hours that people were watching the videos. That's so much more powerful than just doing an open house, which typically only attracts looky-loo buyers and of course your neighbors, right?
Okay,
Your
so that's a video that I send to them. Like they're all getting all this stuff, and I'm just continue to position myself as the expert, position myself as the authority. You guys, I'm winning before I arrive. I'm developing a relationship. I'm like showing that I'm not doing what everyone else is doing. Okay, while you're talking about doing like open houses and broker store, I completely talk about why they don't work and how it's not effective. Okay. I understand, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, that you think open houses are important, but do you know, according to the National Association of Realtors, in 2021, less than 2% of homes sold with an open house. Okay, and 67% of buyers that walk through a home that they see online, the NAR, the National Association of Realtors, says they're going to actually walk through that home. My job is to actually put your home where people are looking. In fact, like when you want to go buy a pizza, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, where do you go? Well, I go online. Well, if you go online to buy a pizza, you can bet your bottom dollar buyers are going online to buy a house, and they're going online way before. My job is to get your house in front of as many eyes as I can, and that's how I'm going to get you the most amount of money, even in today's market where it's not the same. Okay, marketing has always been important. Now, people would say this even when they're like, "Oh my God, you don't need to do any marketing, and houses are flying off the shelf." I'd love to hear that, because I would be like, "Josh, say this," right? Like, oh, it's great that they would say that. People say that because they've not been trained in this comprehensive digital marketing strategy. You see, most agents are trained to do open houses and do things like that, but they were trained because of that, because we didn't have this thing called the internet and social media and video. Like none of that, mattered. You're right, Gogo. Best marketing wins. He who markets the most will win every time. You don't have to be the best at something. If you market more, you'll have more opportunity. You'll have more leverage. The backbone from any business is marketing. That's the backbone. Okay. If you don't market, you don't have a business. Most agents are not marketing, and that's where they're falling short. Okay. So we send that video. Then what we do is, let me see, sorry, this is doing this like that. Make it so it's, sorry guys. Okay. Let me stop sharing and share again. All right. Okay. Then now they've seen that video. So then we send another video that shows them how our listings get on average 21% more than our competitors, which averages $166,000 in commissions. I'll just show you a really quick snippet of this. I won't show you the entire thing.
Does it make a difference who you hire to sell your home? Are all real estate agents the same? Are we just a commodity? And in a competitive seller's market, does proper marketing and negotiations make a difference? And lastly, does it pay off to hire a discount broker, somebody who lowers their commissions drastically to drum up business? Well, let's review the data, the statistics, the numbers when analyzing and answering these questions. Hi, I'm Krista Mashore.
And I'm Josh Vitale with Homes by Krista and eXp Realty.
I want to start off by saying that we respect and appreciate our fellow agents. Some people say that real estate agents are a commodity, and in a lot of cases, that is a very true statement, and I can appreciate why some people would actually think that. Do you know, in fact, it's very easy to get your real estate license. In California, it takes 1,600 hours of pre-licensing to get your cosmetology license, 600 hours to get your esthetician's license, but only 135 hours of pre-licensing prior to taking your real estate exam. So yes, many agents do lack the experience, the training, and the education. So what does the data say? Does it make a difference in who you actually choose to sell your home? And when someone says that marketing doesn't matter because homes are actually selling off the shelf, is that true? Is that right? Well, in answering these questions, let's look at the data. We took this information straight from the multiple listing service on January 1st, 2022. We reviewed single family homes that sold in Brentwood in 2021 that had a lot size of under 1 acre. The reason we excluded homes that sold for over an acre is because homes with larger lots sell for quite a bit more because you're actually paying for the value of the land. In Brentwood, single family homes with lot sizes under 1 acre sold for an average of $818,000. Josh and I did 29 transactions in Brentwood, and 20 of them we represented the sellers with single family homes under an acre. Our average sold price was $985,000, which is 20.3% higher, or $166,000 more than the average agent sold their homes for. The median sold price for Brentwood wasn't even $800,000.
Okay, so
But
I
the
don't
median
need to show you the whole thing, but you get an idea. So now I showed what we do as marketing. Then I showed how that marketing affects them in their bottom line. Now, do you think that my competitors are talking about that kind of stuff? They're not. They're not talking about it. They're not showing it, and they're not able to prove their value. Whereas when I come in, I'm able to prove my value. And that's why the whole commission question doesn't come up, because I'm not, it's not apples for apples. Okay. All right. So then once we've done that, then what we're going to be doing is, we keep going here. Now what we're doing is they've seen the videos. So now remember, I'm also, oh, hold on a second. Let me show you guys this. I missed it. I'm also sending digital copies, right? Because through my Mashore method, through my CRM, of the nurturing videos, the market updates, the community videos, the testimonial video, and the marketing video. They're getting that through their email because they requested a CMA, so I have all that information. We're also obviously retargeting all those on Facebook, okay? It's a constant thing. All right, so now what I wanna do, and again, it shows you results like this, but now what I wanna do is show you this. Okay, now, they've asked for a CMA. Now I wanna make sure that they absolutely, like, I blow them out of the park. Okay, if somebody takes the time to request a CMA, do you think they're probably thinking about selling? Yes, they absolutely are. So, and some of you are going to think, oh my gosh, you do all of that? Well, that's why I closed 48 seller transactions, resulting in $743,000 just from this one funnel. Okay, and I'll tell you what I did. Now, this is exactly what I do, and I'm going to try to finish up in the next 15 minutes. I do this exact same thing before I go on a listing presentation. The exact same thing I'm going to show you right now. The difference before I go on a listing presentation is I do not drop off the market analysis, but everything else I do. Okay, so when they request a CMA, I hand deliver a market analysis. So I don't do it. I have somebody else do it, right? But I literally will hand deliver a market analysis off to their front porch. Which right now I can't find any. I hand deliver a market analysis, and I'll show you in a second. And then I do all these other steps. All the other steps I do before a listing appointment, with the exception of do not deliver a market analysis. You want to go over that with them in person if you're going on a listing presentation, okay? Okay, so first thing I do is I drop off the market analysis to their front door, all right? I also drop off to their front door a marketing plan. So they get one of these from me. It's a marketing plan. This costs us over $10,000 to have done. It's beautiful. It totally reiterates everything in the video, shows them what we do that makes us different, right? We shows them all my credentials that are there. Oh, there. It shows them everything that we do as far as marketing the property, communication, everything that we do, right? Tapping in the power of social media and the internet. So this right here, like, it talks about things that are not normal. So for example, it says like target market paid advertisement on social media featuring the property tour video, which generates over 50,000 plus views, comments, likes, and shares, right? Creating cookies on the back end to the marketing campaign to capture target audiences. Online syndication, like blah, 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 all right? So they get this. We also drop off my book. So they get a marketing plan, they get my book, they get a seller's guide, and they get the market analysis. And we drop that off. And here's an example of what the CMA looks like. Here's the CMA that we drop off. I'll show you an example of it in a minute. Okay. And we drop it off in this box right here. Okay. This has a QR code, which takes them directly to either a personalized video to them that reviews their home, or it takes them to the seller seminar. All right. And then we've got like all of our stuff on here. On top of here, we got, this, we got our core values that we drop it off on that. Then All right. So we knock on the door.
How does one order pizza boxes? Personalized pizza boxes?
I'll get you the information. Go. Just
Sounds
reach out to me. I'll ask my team. Okay.
Sounds good.
So we drop all that off. Okay. So that's the cover of it. Now, guys, look at marketing, Facebook ads, retargeting campaigns, digital repurposing, digital marketing, traditional marketing, design consultation, pick your neighbor, virtual open house, video. I mean, I'm talking about things that no one else is talking about, even on this form right here. Okay. Here's a marketing plan. Here's a copy of the book. All right. Here's a seller's guide. They get all that. Here's some examples of the boxes my students have done based upon us helping them. Here's examples of their marketing plans. Like, look at that. Wouldn't you love to be delivering those to sellers? I mean, look at that. Would you be like, yes? I mean, can imagine getting that many people requesting a market analysis. You're doing well. Okay. Now, when you drop off the marketing plan and the CMA, knock on the door. If they're home, you want to introduce yourself. You're excited. If they do not answer, do a quick video and say, hey, Mr. Seller, this is Krista. You just requested a CMA. Don't ever call it a CMA. You just requested a market analysis. Go ahead and check your email. I emailed you a digital copy. I also am sending you a video describing the market analysis, and check your front porch because I've got a present for you there. Okay. They're not home. I do a video telling them to check their front porch and to check their email because I want to make sure that they saw it. All right. So I knock on the door, right? Send a video or text. Now let me show you, an example of what the video looks like. This is Josh. This is a video of me knocking on the door. I'll show you what this looks like.
Hey, it's Krista Mashore. Listen, you requested a market analysis, and so I dropped off a market analysis to your front door. So check your front door. I'm also going to be emailing you the market analysis and also a quick video that is reviewing the evaluation to help you understand the value of your home. So check your front porch, check your email. Again, Krista Mashore here, and let me know if you need anything else. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.
Okay, super simple, like nothing crazy there. Then I'm going to do a review of the report. Now it's simple, guys. All I do is I just do Zoom and I say hi on the Zoom, then I share my screen and I review the marketing analysis from my screen. It looks like this. This is not the best one. I yelled at Josh. I go, Josh, your background looks like crap. So now the background looks way better, but this is an example. I won't show the entire thing, but I'll show most of it.
Hey, Beatrice, this is Josh Vitale with Homes by Krista. I just wanted to reach out to you regarding your property there at 4605 Country Hills in Antioch. I hope you guys are well. I wanted to give you a little bit of details on it. I worked up an analysis for you. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go through that analysis real quickly. On this email, I've got the link for you, so you feel free to take a look at that email, take a look at that link. It really does a detailed analysis. But real quickly, just wanted to show you what the market's doing right now. Right now, we have less than 50 homes active on the market in Antioch, which is crazy low. What that means is there's not a lot of homes on the market, which means your house is going to be able to get more for your property, depending on your condition and how things look as well. But you can see here, this is how you stack up. You have a little over 2,000 square feet. With Homes by Krista. I just wanted to.
Okay, so I'm not going to show the whole thing. I'm going to give you guys a link at the end so you can see that. You'll have a copy of it. It's super. I just did one. My brother is on vacation right now. Oh, look, you're going to love me. You can scan this. You guys get out your phones. You can scan this so you can see what that looks like. So get your phones out and you can scan that. It'll give you the whole video so you can see the video and see what he does it. I just did one yesterday because my brother is out of town. So I had to do one yesterday. It ended up being around 8 minutes long for this video yesterday because I was really explaining the market and how the market's changed. I went over the entire city of Brentwood and then also did hers. So we can get you that. And this is a newer video. I'll get you guys that too. So now, again, before my listing appointment, I send the listing presentation marketing video, the one I already showed you, right? Then I'm going to send a digital copy of my market analysis, a digital copy of the marketing plan, a digital copy of the book, and a digital copy of the seller's guide. All of that is automated in my CRM. I don't have to do anything. I push a button, boom, it all goes to them. Okay. All right. And again, then they're also going to get the video about the commodity. Okay. You already saw that. Again, sending seller testimonials. You saw that. Examples of marketing videos. You saw that. Okay. And then the commodity video. So that's the process of what we do. You can take a picture of this if you want. It goes through all the steps in order. So if you want to take pictures, you can do that. That'll be good. This tells you like exactly what to do, what to say, all that good stuff. Okay, I know you guys are kind of in a hurry, so I'm trying to finish. This is an example of what else we do. Okay, you can take a picture of, you can scan that as well. We also, anytime we list a house, we send every door direct. And it's got like our listing, it's got a QR code that's either talking about a market report of the neighborhood or it's a specific review of the house. We test different things. And then people love that. Like we've gotten a ton of business from that. We're doing this right now as we speak. Again, here's another example of what we're doing. And look at guys, how well this works. 5 detailed CMA reports for potential sellers reaching out, requesting information on their homes. Persistence pays off. 5 people. Right? Persistence pays off. Okay. Here he is running his things around and loving every minute of it. Okay. So you can see how this can work. Now let me show you something. Now imagine if you're competing with me and you're in my area. Okay. Just imagine. Now this is way higher numbers than this because I know because I really lose on a listing. So when I do Facebook ads and you don't, and they're seeing me through video, I believe I have 100% advantage of you. But let's just say it's only 20%. Then I do the retargeting, 50%. Then I do the nurturing videos, 65%. I believe it's more like 500%, but I'm being very conservative. Then I do, what's my home worth? The retargeting ads, 75. Then I send them to my funnel requesting a market analysis and they request one. Right there, game over, okay? Then I send them to my seller seminar funnel where they watch all the videos of me. I am like absolutely nurturing these people. Then I drop off the CMA box with all the stuff in it, right? Now they're going to read my marketing plan. Now they're going to read my seller's guide. Now they're going to read my book. So far my competitors have done nothing. They've maybe called, made an appointment. Okay. Maybe they ran a thing in the paper. Now I did my video review of the CMA. Guys, no one's doing that. Okay. Then I send them my 17-minute marketing video. That right there, just that one thing alone wins me. It's made me millions of dollars. Okay. Then I drop off my CMA box with all my stuff in it. They get it digitally. Then I send them, doesn't matter, who you sell your home worth, right? Then they get testimonials. They get my marketing videos. They get all this stuff. Like I am winning before I arrive, guys. Just the book positions me as the authority, all of it. So that's the kind of thing that you want to be doing when you are getting busy. You've got to be willing to do what other people are not willing to do to get a different result. Okay. All right. So you saw that already. This is a good example of Betsy, like her business, significantly increased, and so did her GCI because she's doing things different from 127,000 to 410 in a 1.5 year time frame, 2-year time frame. All right, so go ahead and scan this if you'd like. This is going to help give you more information of things that you want to see to help you. That will take you to either our book funnel or our seller funnel, one of those. Okay, and then I can just show you this real quick. Do you have time to show this? It's like fast one. Go.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Just 1 minute. We want to show you exactly what's happening in Brentwood right now in the month of May for the market update.
It's Josh Vitale, EXP and Homes by Krista.
I'm Krista Mashore. Okay, we want to let you know what was happening right in the market. The market's different. It's changing. It's definitely volatile. Take a quick look at this. Just give us 1 minute here. As you can see, this is showing you active homes on the market from December until May. We had 3 times in April, there were only 42 active homes on the market. There are 126 at the time of this video, exactly 3 times more homes on the market in a 30-day period.
Price decreases, check it out. If you look at December, January, and February, the market was smoking hot with not that many homes on the market, but as of March, we boosted up to 1, 7, and now we have 12 times from December to now present of decreases in prices. And that's really a volatile starting to happen because of the interest rates are rising. Interest rates have risen over 1% and they're scheduled to rise even more. So take that into consideration when, if and when you're thinking about listing and selling.
Yes, so the average list price is here, the average sales price. Again, important to notice how many more price reductions there are and how many more homes there are on the market. The market is different, people. It's not the same as it was. It's being a little bit more of a traditional market. So that's your really quick Brentwood May market update. Make it a great home selling buying day.
Take care. We love what you do. People love what you do too.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Okay, so that's that. This is one that we did, like, that was for a specific community. So this one right here, is one of the ones we put on a QR code. We sell a house or list a house. We did a specific market update for that community. Okay. Go ahead and take a copy of this if you want a sample of my listing presentation video that I showed you earlier, the 3 minutes. You can take a look at that. And then and I can get these all too. I can get all of this. I don't have time for this. I can do this later. This is some mindset stuff. If they have time, I can do this later. But because GoGo's was so nice to let me have you here, we have a 3-day boot camp coming up, and GoGo said, we love your boot camp. Can you offer it and show my people? So this is 3 days. It's actually 2.5 days long. It's virtual. It's live. We have it coming up in about a week and a half. And we have special discount pricing for, I think it's $47. And we go through every phase of the marketing cycle in massive detail. We completely review what I just reviewed with you, and then we give you the strategy. It's like 2 days of how to utilize video, social media, how to become different and unique in your area and how not to do just what everyone else is doing. So we got tons of good stuff in there. There's free bonuses, lots of value. We're going to give you scripts. We're going to give you a workbook. And so much more. We also give people that come, we give them access to, we give them a copy of my book. We send you an actual book when you register, as well as a cute little bracelet, and you'll see what that's for when we get it. So that's that. Oh my gosh. Now some of you are feeling like, holy crap, that's a lot. It's just different.
Thank you so much. We are going to send all of the links. Actually, Lindsay, I think, is going to reach out to your team just to get all of the links for today, including the bootcamp special. And then we are going to post it into the Team GoGo. Everybody who's on here who's not Team GoGo, you won't have access to that. So Krista, can you share that link one more time?
Yes.
The bootcamp link, so they can screenshot it or visit it. Because we have all kinds of, we have Team GoGo agents on here, of course, but we also, this is open to the public. So we have agents that are not with us, so they won't have access to that. So make sure you write this down, KristaMashore.com, and then it's bootcamp open to the public /
I'll put it in the chat too.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Krista, what CRM do you use?
I use my own. It's called the Mashore method. I have my own CRM.
Awesome. I'm sure in the training you talk about that.
Yeah, we talk about it. Go,
What-
thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, everyone, for lasting an hour and a half. I'm
I
sure
know, very good.
you got enough content for 3 years to try to get it all done, right? So I love it. Krista, you're amazing. Thank you so much for giving us your time and sharing your knowledge. I'm sure a lot of our agents are going to be on your boot camp because they would be silly
Thank you
not
so
to.
much. We appreciate you, GoGo. I love you.
Thank you. Love you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Krista.
I appreciate it. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here too. See, I wasn't boring, hopefully.
I'm glad to see you got your tooth fixed.
I
Krista.
know.
I was at the boot camp when it happened.
Oh my God. I did a boot camp with a whole missing tooth. GoGo, remember I lost my tooth at the last event? I was like toothless for like a full
Hey,
on.
you don't have to explain me the feeling.
I literally did a boot camp with two missing front teeth. I look like, oh my gosh.
Well, I didn't have mine for 8 months.
What?
I didn't have my front tooth for 8 months because mine didn't just break. After they did the x-ray, they figured out I had a hole in the bone. So I had to get bone graft and that had to heal and then put an implant in it and that had to heal and they had to put a tooth on it. So I didn't have this one for 8 months.
Did you have a full full on missing, or did you have braces or
Full
retainer?
on missing. No, it broke at the root. Full on missing.
Oh my, I would have died.
It was good times.
You could
Good
pull it
times.
out.
I would just take my flipper out all the time because I got so annoyed by it, right? Because it was a big piece of plastic in my mind. I was just F it. I would just take it out all the time and rock it.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, you're cute even with toothless.
Oh, that's sweet. Well, thank you so much. You are the best. You're amazing. I mean, wealth of information.
I appreciate you. Appreciate you all. Go now. Hey, it doesn't do any good to actually learn. You got to implement. So go shake your butts. Bye.
Love it. Bye, Krista. Bye, everyone. Wasn't this amazing? Oh my gosh. I think we all have to rewatch this a couple of times.
Slow it down.
Slow it down, screenshot it, take action, then go back, watch it again, or over and over again 5 times, as she said, for it to register in your brain. I know it sounds complicated, right? Like it sounds like a heck of a lot of steps, but you only have to build it one time, right? You build the systems one time, it's automation, it works on your behalf for the rest of your life, right? And you're just building new funnels as the market is changing. I know it sounds simple and complicated at the same time. What I wanted to say is this is recorded. It's everything that we do, guys, in the Team Go Go organization, all the trainings are always recorded. So all you need to do if you want to rewatch it is log into your teamgogo.team website, go to the YouTube channel, find this episode, and then you can watch it as many times as you need to.
Well,
Cool.
that's a great question. I don't think she ever explained what she's using to build those funnels.
I click funnels.
Click funnels.
Yeah, you have to use click funnels to build a funnel.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
People don't know that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys. Go get them. Go implement what you learned.
Bye, guys.
Talk to you soon.